Hi everyone, it's Katie. I know it's been a little while, but I'm here today with an unboxing for you. I was in the city today and while I was wandering around I found this, the Touchstone Tarot by Cat Black. I'd had a look at a few of her decks online in the past and they've always kind of been on my radar, but not something I've ever really seriously considered, but I've never seen this one. I don't know if it's a little bit harder to find or what, but I found it at the TS Bookshop on Russell Street, and it had actually been there for quite a while, so the lady gave me a really good deal on it. So I picked it up. I have taken the plastic wrapping off on the outside, but then I stopped and thought, hey, why don't I do an unboxing video? So the deck itself is still in plastic inside the box, so I haven't cheated too much. So it comes in this really nice kind of, it's almost like a plush box. It's really solid, but it feels quite luxurious actually. It's really pretty, and it opens up like this, and there is I haven't really looked at this either. It's quite a nice book. I don't know, there's like it feels like it's nearly 200 pages, 190 pages. The pages are actually kind of not super glossy, but they're not like just regular papery either. And it looks like we've got a description of the images on the cards, some meanings as well as reverse meanings, and then the sources that the paintings come from, because this deck is a bit of a collage deck made up of different artwork. So here is the deck. A little bit difficult to get out. I think the plastic makes it a bit tight. So yes, still wrapped in plastic, so I haven't opened it yet. So the sides, you will have noticed, are beautiful and gold gilded, and it's actually really quite a chunky deck. The cards are a little bit more, like they're much larger than regular cards, but they're also a little bit more square, so they're a little wider than a regular tarot card, I think. They've also got a rather matte feel, and the cards are really quite a nice cardstock. Oh, I like these. Sorry, I'm a bit shaky today, guys. I hope you can see okay. There's a really lovely depth to these images, and I think, you know, that really comes from that old Renaissance sort of paintings. Oh, I wasn't sure if I would love this deck or not, but I'm pretty sure I already do. The colors and the richness of the cards are just really lovely, and they're so lifelike, those faces. Oh, I really like this deck. And they feel lovely. They are quite matte. You can probably hear they're not slippery. You might be able to kind of get an idea with that glare on them of the sort of texture the paper is. So quite a lot of the symbolism is there. Like they are very much based off the Rider-Waite. And whilst I know that this is quite a collagey deck, and you know, it makes sense that it is, it doesn't feel collagey, it doesn't feel choppy or put together. These images do very much feel like singular images. It feels like they were made to be this way. The way the light is kind of bouncing off the skin of the people and the way the expressions are detailed actually quite reminds me of the Victorian Romantic Tarot. And I guess that's because the area that the artwork comes from is probably similar. This one looks a little bit more collagey, but it's in a really well done and quite playful way. I like it. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I like that. Isn't she lovely? Cards are a little bit stuck together with the gilding. Oh, that's cute. Sunflowers are my favorite. Absolute favorite flower, and always have been. I like this Judgment card. Like, it's still got the angel and the Christian vibe, but it's, I don't know, it's quite soft in its portrayal. In the world, the pentacles have been named coins, which is pretty common. And as I mentioned with the most of the major arcana, you know, a lot of the symbolism, it's there, it's recognizable. It's very recognizable as a Rider-Waite inspired deck. I feel like this is certainly a deck I'm going to get drawn into. It's one that I would very happily spend time just looking at and flicking through. I think it's really it is a very people-focused deck, but the people, you know, their expressions, they're very, very lifelike. So it works as a people-focused deck, I think. I love that green. Isn't that beautiful? I love that there's even a fish in his cup for the Page of Cups. And I quite enjoy how these accents of this really rich blue tie the quartz together, as was the same with the green and the suit of coins. Just that really rich colour makes it so strikingly obvious. And it really is, it's a beautiful colour. The expression on her face really quite says a lot about this card, doesn't it? Almost exactly the Rider-Waite symbolism there. Seems to be butterflies in all of the sword cards. She looks quite stern. That is how a lot of people see the Queen of Swords, though. I think it's an interesting image. Oh, the kitty. That's quite a pretty card, actually. I mean, they're all beautiful. It's got this strange quality where I look at so many of these faces and I'm not sure whether it's perhaps I've seen these images before, but they all feel really oddly familiar. This one's a little bit awkward. I don't know if that's the head that was on this body, but that's the first one that feels a little bit strange in terms of the artistry, and I don't know if that's like a collage between the head and the body. That one does feel a little bit awkward. But yeah, the people, the faces, they all feel really familiar, and like I've met them before. Some of them remind me very specifically of certain people, but some of them just, you know, don't bring any particular person to mind, but I do feel like I've seen them before. I feel like I know something about them, which I think just really speaks to the quality and the depth and the detail in the images themselves. Oh, that's a really beautiful Queen of Wands. Isn't she stunning with her cat? And here we have a Happy Squirrel card and a title card. Very cute. Well, I have to say, I really am quite surprised at just how much I like the imagery in this deck. I mean, obviously I was interested in it, hence purchasing it, but I guess because the lady at the shop was willing to give me such a good deal, you know, I was a little bit more prepared to jump at it, I guess, without really having looked into it. Because I don't know if I've really looked into this deck specifically before. I mean, I've read about Cat Black on, you know, the Eclectic Tarot forums, and I think there's a Golden Tarot or something by her that I've heard quite a lot about, and I've looked at it and considered it, and it is like on my, maybe on my second tier wish list. Oh, and here's the backings. I didn't even show them. They're actually quite pretty. They really do go well with the deck. They're like this floral, detailed floral pattern, and completely reversible, it looks like, if you read reversals. But yeah, the quality of the cards themselves, that really matte, beautiful finish, not too thick, but definitely not thin and flimsy. The gold gilding just adds something a bit special. And I find it interesting whenever you do a more unscripted, whether it's an unboxing or even an unscripted review, there usually seems to be one or two words that you end up saying over and over again without meaning to. And for me, I think that word that I found myself wanting to say over and over again is, there is a depth to this image, these images. And I really do think that that's true. There's something really appealing, something that really kind of draws you in. It's almost seductive in its execution. So I'm really interested. I think the book looks interesting. I mean, it's got quite a bit of content in there, so I'm interested to have a look at that as well. But yeah, overall this is a really, really wonderful first impressions, I guess, and I'll be sure to let you guys know how I get on with it. So thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you very soon. Much love, guys. Bye.